Hey everybody, fair warning on this video, it's going to be very different from the rest of my content that I've ever done. It's going to be no production value at all. It's just going to be me talking about something that's very personal to me. It's probably the most open I've ever been, honestly, on camera, but I've finally gotten to a stage in my life where I feel that I can be this open, and it's something I really want to share with you guys and share with people I know. So if you don't mind hearing my ramblings, listen on to find out why I quit my job this week and what that means to me. So a little bit of background. Well, here's what happened. I quit my job this week. A steady, good-paying job that was not in the gaming industry so that I could work in the video gaming industry. And I will be starting officially at my new job in a few weeks, once I'm all done wrapping up my old job. And I'll be full-time in the video gaming industry. And I'm going to get into a little bit of details. But just to backtrack a little, what this means to me. For those who don't know, my full-time job up to this point in my life has always been an engineer, an electrical engineer. I've gone to school for engineering, and I've been working in the field of engineering for nearly 9 years now. So that's been my life. And I can't say I've ever really been passionate about it. It was always kind of a means to an end. The field of engineering pays very well, and I kind of went that route to have a steady income and a stable life. Honestly, when I was looking at my choices coming out of high school, what I was considering at the time was I actually want to go into the film industry, or either the film industry or anything else that was that I could do and I could pay well. And anyway, I ended up in engineering. Now, keep in mind, this was a very different time, and this kind of ages me, but when I came out of high school, there was no such thing as like YouTube or anything. To get into the film industry, I felt there was no starting point. It was very unstable. You basically had to spend 5 years doing background stuff. I honestly didn't even know what I needed to do at that age to get into the film industry. I just knew it was hard, it was unstable, and at that time, I was kind of looking to like settle down, get married, all that crazy stuff. So I didn't want that kind of lifestyle. So I went into engineering, graduated out of it. Even through engineering, I really didn't care for the courses that much. And I was always looking to go into animation. I always really like 3D animation. That's what I want to do. Anyway, let's fast forward to a few years ago. Let's say 3 years ago, I finally made the decision that I was going to try to change my life, and that I was going to try to leave that field to pursue something I was passionate about. And at that time, I enrolled in night school to go and study 3D animation, and I actually got a diploma in 3D animation where I spent a year, I think it was like 20, 30 hours a week doing that after work to get the education I needed to make a transition into a new career path. By the end of that year, the first half I loved 3D animation. It was an amazing course. I loved it. And at the end, I hated it. I dreaded having to do my assignments because it was so hard. And I knew that getting into that industry would be so much work and just so little return. And I just didn't have that passion to make it work. I didn't enjoy like doing light rigging. I didn't like the whole rendering settings. 3D modeling was really fun, and the animation stuff was a little bit too tedious for my liking. So I finished my animation course, something that I had wanted to do for over 5 years. And then I did the next thing I want to do in my life. I traveled to another country, came back from that, and I was completely lost in life. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to throw myself. I felt that the film industry was still closed to me. Now I didn't feel that that the animation was even an option in my life. And I don't want to use the word depress, because I know people who have suffered from depression, and I feel it's disrespectful to them to associate what I felt to that level of challenge. Being, people who are faced with, who have to suffer depression, I feel they have it a lot harder than what I was feeling at the time. What I felt at the time is no will to wake up, to get out of bed, I felt no reason to do anything. I had absolutely no interest in going on with my days, because I didn't like, I had no passion at work. I didn't want to continue in that field. There was nothing that was rewarding to me. And I didn't really find much satisfaction in any other aspect of life, really. And that was about the time I reconnected into video games, and I discovered that there was a lot of openings in the video gaming industry, and I saw an opening through that I could use my engineering skills basically as a data analyst to transition, at least use the skill set I had to transition into a whole new industry, an industry that I was passionate about, which was gaming. And that's when I started looking at how I could get into this industry that I've loved since I was a kid, and I just never really associated it to anything more than a hobby and a pastime, because gaming hasn't really gotten the respect I feel it deserves until about, I'd say, the last 10 years. It's very recent that gaming has become so mainstream that we're actually putting focus on the whole world of developing, of journalism, of everything that encompasses the gaming industry. So that was 2 years ago that I've started down this path of working as much as I could in the video gaming industry. And maybe some of you have met me at that point where that's when I started doing a lot of YouTube shows such as Indie Corner and the Wii 100, all these other shows I launched with Nintendo enthusiasts 2 years ago. And that hobby really helped me expand that passion I had for kind of filmmaking. I wouldn't say my YouTube videos are anywhere like filmmaking, but there's a very thin similarity in some regards. And also being able to do all this video work in a field that I'm really passionate about, which is the video gaming industry. So anyway, I've been working to this point today for 2 years. I've been working on the side to try and change my life and to do something that I'm passionate about and that I care about. And this is a big moment for me, which is why I'm doing this video in the first place. I've been trying so hard for 2 years, sacrificing so much of my time after work on weekends to find a way to get out of a lifestyle that I always refer to as the golden handcuffs, basically. And that just means you have everything society thinks you need. I had a good job, good benefits, steady pay, vacation. I had a very comfortable lifestyle. And I honestly decided to trade all that away for a lot of uncertainty. What I'm going into the video gaming world is, I'm going full-time with Enthusiast Gaming, and I'm going to be doing more of the business side. So you're not necessarily going to see more videos or more content from me, but I will be working behind the scenes trying to have an impact in the gaming industry in some ways. And maybe I can share more details on that in another video later on. So yeah, today, as I'm talking to this camera, I just feel like this heavy burden, like so much weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I'm just so excited and so scared at the same time, because now the future is completely the future is unknown to everybody, but to me, when you're in an established industry with these established companies, that have been around for dozens and dozens of years, you kind of can tell what your future is going to look like. In the video gaming industry, there's so much uncertainty. I feel it's changing so rapidly every year, and there's always new things that I don't know where I'm going to be a year from now, and that's scary. Will I be well off financially? Will I be struggling to pay bills? I don't know anything. And that's part of the excitement. Like, I feel so alive right now. So I want to share that with you guys. I want to share this momentous time in my life where finally 2+ years, 2.5 years of work has finally brought me to what I've been pursuing. And if I can, if this story can inspire you or give you any kind of strength or confidence to either make a decision or to keep trying to do what you're trying to do, don't stop. Because it's only when you stop or when you give up that it's over. if you always keep going, there's always a chance. So this is kind of a little victory for me. I've finally changed my life in a direction, and there's so much more to this story. And I don't want to get too personal, but I've had some of you thank me on Twitter and stuff, and thank you a lot for that. I really appreciate all your support. And again, thank you for supporting me over at Nintendo Enthusiast, for coming here and helping me supporting me on this brand new channel, which I'm literally starting from scratch. It's still a work in progress, of course. And thanks for watching this. If you've made it all the way to the end, I know it was, I don't know, it's just my personal ramblings. I plan to do more, so if you ever see LepineTales, which is probably what I'm going to name these personal vlogs, and you don't like it, just avoid it. And if you like it, leave a comment, like, and let me know what you think. But that's my story. So let's do something good in the video gaming industry. I have a chance now. I have a chance to do something, and this is an exciting time. So let's see what I can do. I'll see you guys next time.